Okay, this is a quick tutorial on how to use this Voyager patch. I used somebody else's patch as the start um, to get going, and that was this original device. So I didn't create all the stuff from scratch. I created the patch memory, but I didn't create the bulk of the panel controls and everything, so I just reused this guy's patch. So thank you to this user for creating a patch to be used. So basically what I did was you can import a sysx file of all your patches and have it stored in this so that you can do patch recall. So you can choose the banks, and then inside that bank obviously you have the different patches in the bank, and depending on what it is, it'll tell you what the current patch is. I do this a lot in my own workflow. I prefer to use a preset and then tweak it. So the other thing you can do is choose from the different sound styles, which comes from the Sound Tower tool. So I like it when all the sounds are in order as far as sound type. To me, that makes the most sense when I'm trying to search for a certain sound. I know I want to be able to go from this one to this one to this one to this one to try. That's my style. So what I did is I had them all organized with this and then did a transmit and copied all the sysx files, which would be, you can see in sysx librarian. So if I have all banks and I go to the contents, these are all the different files. Now, you can do this yourself for your own patches, which is fine. You just have to make sure that you're going to have an F0 and an F7. There's another option where you can get a complete dump from your Voyager, and that puts everything into one giant, never-ending hex format, or pretty much all the parameters kind of condensed, and I didn't know how to decipher that. So if you want to organize your own, if you have this Voyager tool, or if you just have the individual files, you can combine them all into one. So a good tool that I used to decipher it was Synalyze It, which is a great, it's not that expensive. The demo will actually get you pretty far, which allows you to edit the files you want if you want as well. So the one thing you have to do is you'd have to do this read sysx file. So I have all banks, and I'm going to put a link on the Max for Live site to get this one, and this is the .jit file, which is the internal matrix inside that has all the data in it. So you could use all my banks and this file to start to get you started. So for example, you can go to piano, and this is all of the piano sounds I have. So if I were to choose skinny keys, it'll jump right to that. And this will get built dynamically when you import it. But the one thing that you need to know, which I don't know how to do this, if somebody knows how to do this, please let me know, is that I can use this here to read the sysx file. Even if you save the patch, it's not going to save it as the internal location inside of Max. So the one thing you have to do is know where you put that file. You're going to have to open up the patch, get into presentation mode, unfreeze it, get into here, and you're going to have to copy and paste the location here. So I put mine obviously in documents, this here. So you got to make sure you leave the read there, and then you can just copy and paste that in there. Then every time this starts, it's going to start from that file, and it's going to populate the jit.matrix, which is what I'm pushing and reading from in order to make this patch happen. So after you're done, you would obviously save it. I'm not going to save it because I already have it made. And then you can scroll through your patches, and it'll change the patches on your Voyager, and then that way all these settings are the same, and it reflects and it'll tell you what it is. So hope you enjoyed this, and enjoy.